Hello, it's me again. Today is January 9th, Wednesday, my birthday. Happy birthday to myself. Happy birthday to myself. So, yeah, um, I thought I'd make this video to sort of update. I finished reading 1984 by George Orwell. The ending, it can be interpreted in a few different ways, I suppose. But yeah, it was definitely, it was an interesting story. I'll put it that way. It's interesting, definitely thought provoking. I'm now reading a couple of new ones. I'm now reading this one, Ruth Park's The Harp in the South novels. I've already read Harp in the South, but this is the full trilogy of the three of them. The first one is Mrs., which was written in 1985, but it's set before Harp in the South. Harp in the South was written in, I think, 1948, 49-ish, I think. 1948. And Poor Man's Orange was written in 1949. But, yeah. So I'm now reading this trilogy, starting with Mrs. So I love this story. I love this story. It is brilliant. It is one of my favourite books ever. And I totally recommend it to be written by, read. I recommend it to be read by everyone. And also, I'm currently reading, I tend to read multiple books at the same time. I'm the multitasker. I'm also reading George Orwell's Animal Farm. Yes, George Orwell's Animal Farm. George Orwell wrote this novel at the end of 1943, but it almost remained unpublished. Its savage attack on Stalin at that time, Britain's ally, led to the book being refused by publisher after publisher after publisher. Orwell's simple, tragic fable telling what happens when the animals drive out Mr. Jones and attempt to run the farm themselves has since become a world-famous classic. So, when I read 1984, I became obsessed with George Orwell. Honestly, oh my God. The way he writes is just so simple, so it flows, and it's so simple and easy, and it's just wonderful to read, honestly, just absolutely wonderful. And I found it so easy to follow on with the reading, and I found it great to read. I did. Wonderful. So, I'm now reading Animal Farm and Harp in the South. I love Harp in the South. Oh my God. Oh, just the rich characterization of the richness of the characters and the setting and it's just so real. It feels so like real and genuine. It feels so genuine and wonderful, and I've come to love the characters, love them like they were my own family. I feel like they're my own family. The Darcys, Mama and Dada Darcy, Huey and Margaret, and Margaret's mother, Grandma Kilker, and the two daughters, Rowena and Dola, and Johnny Sheely and Miss Sheely and Mrs. Campion, who lives next door, and Patrick and Lick Jimmy and Sister Theophilus, or is that what the name Delia woman calls her? Sister Theoctopus. and Father Cooley. Cooley? I think it's Cooley. No? Yeah, I think it's Father Cooley. Anyway. Yeah. No, I'm having a good day today. My boyfriend, he's just gone out to do a bit of shopping, and he's going to bring me home a cake for my birthday. Yeah. This outfit, he bought me this outfit. Nice blue. My favourite colour in the whole world is this shade of blue. I love this colour. This is my absolute favourite colour ever. And I love this shirt. It's a beautiful new shirt. And I love it. And some nice matching pants. Which go well with this. These two colours go well together. So I'm going and I got my hair cut and everything, which still see the greys and everything. I'm going grey, look at that. I'm going grey. Today's my 36th birthday. And look at me, I'm going grey. I've been going grey since I was like 30, 31, 32. So like, I think I saw my first grey hair on me when I was 29. I'm like, yeah, that'd be right. Apparently my great-grandmother was completely white by the time she was 28. 28. My mother was going grey when she was in her 30s. So was my father. So I'm like, maybe it was genetic. Aging early. I never ever thought I would ever have grey hairs. I still find the prospect of it fascinating, honestly. Me, grey hairs, something. I still find it fascinating. As my body ages, I mean, honestly, I find the prospect of the idea of growing older and aging fascinating, especially when it's my own body that's doing it. So I've always imagined it happening to other people, but not to me. But when it happens, signs of it, I see signs of it happening to me. It's like, okay, I am human, just like everybody else. I grow older and age like everybody else. And the grey hairs are just one sign of that. And another sign of that is my birthday today. I'm 36. It was 30 years ago this year, that I started grade 1 in primary school. 30 years ago this year was when I started grade 1 in primary school. First day of primary school this year. At the end of this month, actually, will be 30 years ago this month since I started grade 1 in primary school. My very first day. 30 years ago. Oh my lord, honestly. Although the first primary school I went to, I had to change because I was only there for like the first term, because I was so horrendously bullied as a child at that school. I was so horrendous. I was perpetually coming home with bruises and scratches. So end of term, my mum was like, end of first term, my mum was like, okay, that's it, we're pulling you out of this school, we're sending you somewhere else. So mum sent me to St Peter's Catholic Primary School here in Caboolture, which is part of the part of the parish. It's got the church building on the grounds of the school. The school is on the grounds of the church. They're on the same grounds of complex. So there's the main church building, and then surrounding it is the school. So yeah, I went there from second term of grade 1 right through the end of grade 7, because at that time year 7 was still part of primary school here in Queensland. So that was I graduated grade 7 in 1995. So back then year 7 here in Queensland was still part of primary school, the last year of primary school. It wasn't until about 4 or 5 years ago that Queensland changed it so that year 7 is now the first year of high school, to be in line with the other states. So yeah, so then I started grade 8 in 96 at Caboolture State High School. And I went from year 8 in 1996 to year 11 in 1999. I was supposed to be year 12 2000 at Caboolture High, but the end of 99 I had to drop out because of some family issues that were happening at the time, which were interfering with my education, so I had to put that aside. And yeah, but I did the full four. I did full 4 years of high school, year 8, 9, 10, and 11. And my time at high school, yeah, initially it was rough. Initially it was rough. I was still bullied in high school, but as time went on, I learnt to cope with it. I learnt to I learnt to manage, and I do actually have some very good memories of high school. I do. Some of my teachers, a lot of my teachers were really great. I love my teachers. Oh, I remember my year 10 drama teacher, Mrs. Fuchs. She was good. I loved her. And my year 9 history teacher, Mrs. Conroy. I also had her for year 11 legal studies. She was brilliant. I loved her. And in year 10, I had the same teacher for both history and English. In the same classroom, same teacher, was it Mrs. Harmon? Miss Harmon? Oh, she was brilliant. She was a brilliant teacher. Strict but fair. She was really good. She didn't put up with no crap, honestly. But she was really good. She was very helpful. She was very approachable. You could come to her for anything, ask her questions. She was very good for that. Oh, she was brilliant. And she did help me a lot with some of my assignments, honestly. She was very helpful. And I really did enjoy, actually, Year 10 English. Year 10 English was a very enjoyable class for me. Year 10 was a very good year for me. Although that year was the year that my grand died. Anyway, but that was also the year my eldest niece was born. So, yeah. Year 11 was interesting. I had legal studies. I had multi-strand science. My multi-strand science teacher, Mr. Ryan, he was hilarious. He was funny. He was really good. He was great. He would often challenge us he was really challenging us to learn and to take science seriously. And I remember my year 8 form teacher, Mr. Bruce. He was really good. He was very fair, very helpful, and welcoming to the year 8ers. I also had him for year 10 citizenship education, and he was good. Although it was sad to hear that over that year's summer break, for the beginning of the early January of '99, he passed away. A couple of weeks before the start of the year, from was it cancer? I heard it was cancer. But anyway, but yeah, he was a good teacher. I remember the school librarian, Mr. Zillman. Ooh, he could be a bit of a tartar. He was. Although I liked him, he was good. I respected him. He was a good one. He was definitely a respectable teacher. I did respect him a lot. Because he was another one who didn't tolerate any rubbish from any of the students. But he was also very helpful in the library too. He tried to accommodate all the students' needs in the library as much as he could within the rules, of course. But yeah, he was good. Who else did I like on the staff? Some of the other teachers I didn't really like. A couple of my teachers I really, really did not like. But yeah, pretty much the majority of my teachers I had a good, healthy respect for. And I did sort of try my best to get on with my teachers as much as I could. And sort of, okay, I need to do this thing, I need to do that, I need to do this assignment, get on with it, sort of, just do, whatever. And as for the other students, well, yeah, I had the ones that sort of tried to have a go, have their, you know, to sort of, rib me about certain things, and of course I often got ribbed about my size, and that sort of thing. And also there was one particular girl something about, are you gay? Are you bi? Bye. Shut up. Anyway, but high school was really good because that was where I met my best friend. I've been friends with my best friend Kim for, oh God, this year it'll be 20 years. No, 22 years. 22 years this year. Oh, 22 years. A child born on the day that we met would now be old enough to vote, buy alcohol, and do a university course. Be in university. Fourth year university course. Oh, that's horrendous, isn't it? Oh my God. Makes me feel old. But yeah. But yeah, I'm doing good today. It's my birthday. I was born on a Sunday afternoon at 2:30 p.m. on the 9th of January 1983 in Redcliffe Hospital, Redcliffe, Queensland. Yes, it was a Sunday afternoon. Yes. And I was born exactly on the due date. Exactly on the due date. Yes. Although my mother was given 3 due dates, the 8th, 9th and 10th. I thought, well, may as well just split the difference and go right down the middle, go the 9th. But yeah. My mum often said that if I'd been born 24 hours earlier, I'd have shared my birthday with Elvis Presley, whom she absolutely detested. But yeah, although I would have also shared my birthday with David Bowie, whose birthday was yesterday, the 8th. And I like David Bowie. Elvis Presley, but David Bowie's nice. But because I was born on the 9th, I ultimately do share my birthday with Catherine the Duchess of Cambridge, golfer Sergio Garcia, singer Paolo Nutini, singer Joan Baez, and actor Bob Denver. And unfortunately, former US President Richard Nixon. So anyway, I can smell my birthday dinner smell cooking right now, even though it is only midday. Is it midday already? Yeah. A couple of hours ago, my partner put the slow cooker on, and we're having slow cooked beef stroganoff. And beef stroganoff is one of my favourite meals. I love beef stroganoff. This is the way he makes it in the slow cooker. Oh my God. Master Chef, here we come, honestly. It is so good. Well, I love his cooking. He's brilliant cooking. He made this most beautiful steak the other night. It was like, oh my God. Steak with white wine and leek and mushroom gravy. Yum. Just arrest my taste buds now for indecent exposure. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there for now. I'm going to enjoy the rest of my birthday. And like always, I encourage everyone to live with passion.